the very beginning of this video, it is going to be transitioning to the year 2000. Y2K, right? And we're going to get some upgrades going to a lot of our equipment. A lot of them are unnecessary, but we're going to get them going anyway, okay? So here we go. I want to get this thing real-time pause. 2000 is upon us. Y2K. Well, the world didn't end. At least not in 1 minute. Maybe the nukes are in the air. You know, if you were around, if you were alive and, you know, not a baby or whatever during Y2K, leave me a comment and if you can think of like some of the craziest things that you heard or some of the craziest things that people were doing around you during the transition here and the fear of what would happen when all the years rolled to 00. Yeah, there was the big scare. If you, the world's gonna end. Toilet paper scarcity, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. So one thing we want to do is we want to upgrade all these computers now. We're getting away from laptops and we're going into more modern computers. So I believe the way to do this, I'm testing this out now. So we're gonna go select entire building, and I believe since the underground stuff is connected, it should highlight, yep, that building over there too. So everything is connected. Then we're going to go to select from this. We click this, I believe, the computer. Then we select furniture types in selected rooms. Now, when that happens, we end up selecting all of the trees. And furniture types is like all of them. It selects everything, not just the computers. But even so, I believe we can right click again. We can go to replace. And now it will give us all the replacement options. And we just find the modern computer. If we want to compare them really quickly, right? Environment goes up here. This doesn't have as much of an environment score. And the noise is higher. And it uses more power. But its durability is better. Its running costs are higher. Just basically, the running, like everything is more expensive about this. Like on paper, this transition doesn't make a whole lot of sense to even do. But you get penalized if you have old tech. So we want modern stuff if we can. So we're going to hit OK on this. And that will upgrade every computer in the entirety of our company to that better computer. All right. So now we have great modern computers for everybody, just installed and ready to rock. Okay, don't you wish it was that easy? IT guys, don't you wish it was that easy? Yeah, just a couple of clicks and boom, everybody's upgraded. Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna come down here, and this is pointless, or this is useless. Like we shouldn't do this. It's a kind of a waste of money, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because I want to have the most modern stuff. Now, I don't have anything directly above these stations or on the walls to interfere. So I believe everything should upgrade as it should. So we're going to select all the servers here. And then we're going to go in and we're going to now change from the tower server to the server rack. And this is going to 5x our capacity, which is why we don't need to do it right now. It adds additional electricity usage by 5x as well. It adds better durability. Takes a little bit of the strain off of our IT people, and has the same running cost and bad environment. So like overall, more noisy too. We really shouldn't do this until we need it, right? So maybe I won't do this room because we don't need to do that right now. It's kind of silly to do that right now. This is main SCM, and I think we'll do it in this room just so we can see what it looks like and everything. So I think nothing's in the way, so we should do it here. So let's go and select all these servers, and we'll replace them with the server rack. There we go. So big old boys here, yeah? Look at that. Huge servers in here now. But our main SCM just got a big, you know, capacity overhaul there. And then here's engine. If we start seeing that stressed out, we can upgrade that too. For this, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to do it for everything, but what I might be able to do is maybe I'll just get like these 4 back here just so I have a few, you know, and every time we want to increase capacity now, like if it starts to get close to capacity, we'll just come in here and we'll just, you know, activate them like that. We'll just transition them over time, right? I think that's probably a better, more responsible way of doing it. So that's what we'll do. Okay, cool. So that takes care of that. I think that's all the upgrades I really wanted to do. Let me just really quick and see if there's anything else that's worth it, I guess. Large product printers are worth it as well because those are cheaper per copy printed. So that makes sense. We'll kind of come over to our warehouse over here. There we go. And we've got a lot of these medium printers now. And so the difference between... Nope, I just want the one. Medium product printer. Now, I'm supposed to have the availability to do a large one, but the footprint, the physical space that the large one takes up is bigger than this, so you can't do a direct replacement. So what I want to do is I want to just see the difference between these two things to see if it's worth doing. Now, I'm sure it is on the per copy print or cost per print is going to make it worth it over time. So medium product printer, we're looking at running cost of $281 a month compared to $562 a month for the large one. The cost is only marginal. It goes from $50,000 each to $60,000. It's not that bad. What we have here, though, is a cost per copy improvement. This is 15 cents per copy. Oh, wait, ooh, it doesn't? I thought it did. Oh, I was certain it did. Oh. So the real thing... Oh, okay. This is... Okay. So the cost per copy doesn't change. That doesn't change. My bad. What changes is it doubles the amount of copies per box. So it makes shipping cheaper. That's what it's ultimately doing. And it looks to me like basically, you know, it's twice as many copies per thing, but it's really the copies per box that changes the economics of this. And the durability is only half. So, like, honestly, it's really not that big of an upgrade. Okay. But that said, we can save a little bit on all these couriers if we can, because they ship the same number of boxes, but if we're going to have more copies per box, then we don't need as many boxes, right? That's the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and sell all this. And I'm going to go ahead and sell, I think this entire row can just be sold too. We'll just sell all these things. We'll sell all of this. I'm trying to do it without selling the lights. It's a little hard to highlight specific sections without highlighting the stuff on the ceiling as well. But we'll just sell all of these things for now. Okay. And then I think probably we'll go in and sell most of the... Let's actually just go ahead and do this. I'll change my mind on this. We're just going to sell all of the medium printers. All right. Now what I want to do, though, is get large printers. And it looks like I need a little bit more room for the large printers. Maybe if I rotate it. Space is already occupied. So... so it needs to be next to. So that changes the workflow there too. But that's okay. That's okay because if we just do this really quick, let's get these things off of the belts. So I'm going to take this whole row of belts right here. My worry is that because of the pallets and where they're located, that they won't be able to reach the printers and it's going to complain. So if I was to say do this, it's going to complain, yeah. So I would need extra space. So what you really need to do in this case is just move everything, right? So I guess we'll just say screw it. If the lights are included, then the lights are included. Let's get out and do this. Yeah, it's probably easier to come in. There's no lights there. Okay. So we're going to actually we want the lights to move, don't we? Because we have to move the belts. So the lights have to move this time. So we're just going to move furniture one more tile over. And that'll give us access to being able to work that. Okay. Now with that done, we just go in and we add, you know, I don't know how many printers we actually need. I think probably this many is okay, right? This is basically... Each one is double, but also more copies per box, right? So we'll just see what that's about. So there's our printers. And they're going to print a lot of copies now, right? So I'm thinking maybe we could just get away with, just because we have the money to do so and it makes things easier, we can just upgrade every belt to tier 2. There we go. Okay. This one did not go to tier 2, so we'll do that too. Although, I'm not sure. Does these ramps here, do they like infinite speed? I guess what I'm curious, because it's this different color, right? I guess what I'm curious of is, like, if I have this be tier 2, is this slowing it down? I imagine it is, because it's going up, but I don't know. So I guess we'll leave it like that. Okay, cool. So everything's upgraded to tier 2 now. I don't have to deal with it later. It's fine. All right. Let's take a look at our products a little bit here, right? So sharpened swords upgrade is happening down here at the bottom. We're at 97% on that. Waiting for that. We have, it's 1 a.m. We probably want to get started on our research. Looks like 2000 no codes is coming after us on that. So get system team on that one. And then they're going to go after 2D. Now, this is more competitive though, 2D. So perhaps we get them on 2D first. We didn't get the 2D patent last time. I know that the system is the higher priority typically, but I have an extra quarter to do this. So I'm going to see about that. Nobody's going after 3D yet. So what I could do is we'll see about the 3D team also helping with the 2D research to push it along a little bit further. All right, just a little bit faster there. And then you guys can pause on that. And then 3D and network. So Capcom's going after network. We are going to want you guys to deal with that. So you're going to go after network instead. And again, normally I'm doing the research without being on camera, but just establishing what the order is and how I do it. I figured I'd show it and then it's done. No. Audio. Looks like Fearless Games. Interesting that that's in a different order. It's almost like Sami started 1999 after Fearless Games started 2000, which is a really weird thing to do. Because normally these are in order of when they start. But anyway, Fearless Games is going after this. It'll be done in 2000. So let's get, or it'll be done in Q2. So we'll get Audio Arc on that. And then Architecture, nobody's going after it. So Audio Arc can do that second. So Architect. Okay. Final thing to do then is go over to my teams. Sort them by name, find the R's. There it is. And we're just going to go crunch on all of you to speed you up. There we go. All done. On that anyway. All done. Okay. At the top up here, we have Meadows Rift due March 2001. I think it's pretty progressed for that. And I could probably start another marketing campaign to show that off a bit. So why don't we get a press release going for that? We have YOLO. It's an RPG game. It's about halfway done. I don't know. Have we done a peer review on that? We haven't. So no peer review yet. I don't think I need to market it quite yet. I've done an operating system peer review twice, and in August, nope, our most recent one was November. That was the last video. And we scored an 8.7. That's relative. You know, if we don't do relative, it's still pretty good. And I think this is great for our first operating system. So I'm going to let that continue. And I might say that we market this one as being maybe both of these could be like, you know, say December 2001, like an extra year for beta testing and stuff. So we could do that. I think that's probably all right. So why don't we say that these things release? I'm going to go for the game. I'm going to go October 2001 for the game. And then for the operating system, I'm thinking we hit this, let's say January 2002. So we'll give a lot of time for that. That seems excessive though, doesn't it? To me, it does. All right, I've changed my mind because we're already 58% done with this code. I think probably around July or so, we'll be done with it. So let's do like a year of beta. We'll say August 2001. So there's our release dates for these. I am comfortable with that. Yep. Okay. Now, we still have some teams doing nothing here, right? This is games 1. What are they doing? Well, if we take a look at task lists for our teams, right? Take a look at all the tasks. We do have a few teams without a task. Mostly it's just the suits. That's fine. They're dealing with their vacations right now. But games 1N, that's this team. They don't have, sorry, that's this team. They have nothing to do. And the spare team, of course, is the only one. So really, it's just this team with nothing to do. So games 1N. I don't want to have like the whole too many cooks in the kitchen thing happening. So I'm going to switch. Because I think updates has a lot of stuff going on, right? They have 2 tasks, including this one. So that's not a lot of stuff. You know what? We'll have you help with the 2D research. I think we want to just push this as fast as we can. So I'll have you help with this. We're going to say games 1N, you're 21 people. Well, you don't have a whole lot of people that can help with that, do you? Because it's the 2D specialization. So we can also have games 1N help with this. And now some of the people who have a network specialization. All right, what is this? They're not even doing it. Hang on. Games 1N, where are you in terms of specialties? So you have a lot of people. You could help with a lot of things, but it's very few people per thing. So it's not really all that helpful. So on that note, why don't we have you work with all of them, I guess? Yeah. You're just going to be a research team for now, just to boost all these researches. We'll have you be on all of these because you do have a few people in each one. So I'll have that happen. And then maybe what we could do is we can turn these on. But I know it's a little bit micromanagey, but we could just turn them on with only games 1N for a little while. Also, I wanted to try something. So last video, some of you guys were telling me like how you're doing this updates imports thing. And I could have swore I obviously can't see it because I'm not recording my hands, but I could have swore that I was holding shift when I was, establishing these things. So for existing products, you can see Char Engine and stuff is down here. Right? There is working on Char Engine 2 for updating, bug fixing, etc. If I go to existing products and I select this, I can select multiple with shift. Apparently, I wasn't doing that before. Same thing with control. And so, I could have swore I was doing this. I even made a comment about it, like that shift didn't work, but maybe it was a bug at the time. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to hit OK here. And that adds both Sharpened Sword and Char Engine 2 to this. And so now we're going to see them doing imports and doing all the things that I was doing by hand. And so now every product that I release that's not part of project management, I can put on this. Now, here's the thing, though. Your leader is going to lose effectiveness if you overwhelm them. And the more tasks are added, the faster this drains. So right now, it says effectiveness is going up. I think that's what this means. It's going up really, really, really well. It's because I have a really good leader on this team, right? Layla Hale is a really good leader. But if I add too many things to this effectiveness will start to drop. And the chance of making mistakes, starts to happen as we get below this blue line. So we do have a little bit of a decrease on there, but it looks to me like our increase is greater. If you have a really good leader on it, then that's what can happen. So anyway, we've got that happening for multiple projects now, okay? So I figured that out. I'm not sure what it was before, but there we go. We figured it out. So we have a press release for Meadows Rift, which is going to finish here in a second. And we want to get some followers on that if we can. Doesn't look like we're getting a whole lot. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was an update, at least a press release sort of update for Software Incorporated that shows a little bit about the overhauls and such that are coming in the future for the game. I actually thought this was going to be a little bit further out, but it sounds like he's like closer to having these overhauls in place than I thought. I'm going to wait, I think, for any future playthrough until the overhauls are like out and released and any patches or something that might need to happen for them is released for balancing sake or bug fixes. And then I'm also going to wait for a lot of the modders and stuff to get their stuff compatible with that new version. So we're going to be a little bit before we play Software Incorporated again. Just because like if they're going to do massive changes to the game, then I kind of don't. Like, I don't want to start something and just have it be irrelevant in like a month or so, So I'd rather wait and get other games in place, get other games going, and then we'll check back in on this later kind of thing, right? Well, Pearl just released their anti-piracy tool. Pearl 2 is out now, and we now know that Noel Franco is between 65 and 72%. So big decrease here, and they're going to be ordinary. We just know that. It's fine, though. This tool is you know, it's not important to me, so it's okay. I don't care about that. We also had Image, what is it called? Image Shop 5. That released as well. Looking pretty good there. And that's all started porting and doing all the things that they're doing there too. So we're going to be making some money on that too. 2D research is done. Let's go ahead and hand that off to the patent office, who is now working on the audio patent and the 2D patent for 2000 right there. Already working on that. And then we got these researches that are almost good too. There we go. It's now March. We have a new company, Techno Mobile. We'll just buy whatever shares they have. I'm basically just, you know, buying the world here. So I don't really think there's much else that I can do with my money at this point than just buy everyone, right? And I can just maybe squeeze them a little bit more, 14%, I suppose. Let's take a look really quick at other companies that have started to sell. Cronus is here too. I mean, I think I'm probably... Okay, well, in this case, their stock is going up, isn't it? I think I'm probably losing on some of these stocks. I mean, I gotta be. The better my company does, the worse off my competitors do. And if I own my competitors, then what's the point of having the investments, right? Well, let's just take a look at stocks really quick. I haven't looked at it in a while. And we'll see what kind of stuff here. So our best gain at the moment for, I mean, it's Serif Europe, which is percentage-wise. I'm just looking for a percentage of change, not total amount of money that I've made. Our largest positions, if we want to take a look at that, is Fearless Games. We have $210 million. Basically, this almost like the amount of cash we have. And 30% change is all we've gotten there. Our worst positions, Foundry, 21 million. We're down 47% on that. I just want to take a look and see maybe if there's a reason why. I mean, other than their chart going down, like what's the reason for that? And if I had to guess, I would say that their products directly compete with ours and it's not as good. And that's pretty much what it is, yeah. Their latest product is in May 1998, Drophead 3. It's a 2.5 star. Ours is just better. And so their sales are pretty much down. And that's kind of the only thing that they're making. I'm going to go ahead, again, if I want to just own the world, then I would just keep the stock. But if their products are not going to be as good, let's see. Are you doing... Because the guy's inspiring. I mean, I guess maybe it's not... Yeah, he's got 2D editor experience and stuff. So it's like, he should be good for this. But maybe we can get Dakari Jones on our team in 3 months. Apparently somebody else is trying to poach them anyway. But we'll take a look at it. You know, I feel like I don't really care too much about stock gains and losses. But, you know, if it can improve my company somehow to like sell it, then, you know, maybe. Got some new features releasing. Care less about these. I'm not really going after, like, you know, 2D Senior. I guess it's fine. I'm not really going after any other features other than the ones I've been focusing on this whole time, which is trying to get Eternal Kingdoms going. All right, got some marketing materials done. YOLO is going to have a press release here. See if we can get any followers for that at all. Doesn't look like it. And then CharOS, we're going to get a press release out too, just to see what happens there. Now in the overhaul that's coming, the new update that's like, I don't know, probably a few months away still, they've changed how marketing works. And you basically have now pre-marketing, which is, I guess, kind of going along with hype. And so your pre-marketing campaigns is also hyping. And that's now the only way you can get followers, basically, that way. So there's going to be some big changes to how marketing works. And I'm looking forward to exploring those in the future too. We go ahead and get the audio patent. That's done. I'm going to let 2D actually be the only one they go after. No, I'm not, because architecture looks like they're going to get that in Q2 as well. So we'll go ahead and have architecture there. We'll save network for a little bit longer. We have until Q3 on that. There's a print job for Unix 3. Hey, there you go. Work out our new printers. I moved printers around just a little bit here as I've been dinking around. So I just kind of shifted this line over a little bit, and then I changed the bridge to be on this side because these printers need access, and then I can't have them right up next to this. So we're just going to share space a little bit differently now, but ultimately it should lead to copies going to both belts pretty fast. So we should see both doors, you know, getting not equal amounts of prints. If I wanted it to be actually equal, I suppose I would probably go and do something like this instead. I would... You know, it's just fine. I have money, right? Let's just do this. I'd do something like this. that pretty much, it's not going to make it equal, but it's going to make it, you know, a lot more distributed, at least that way. I can always move these over here too. But yeah, there we go. Okay, am I ready to progress anything else? I think maybe First Future can go. Yeah, I think it's probably good enough to do that. So why don't we go ahead and graduate that. And we'll get First Future in here as well. Move that up to being next to Meadows Rift. We're not going to bother with a release date for that yet, but we're going to pop that into development now. And let that cook for a little bit there. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just a game of letting it run now at this point, guys. Let's go ahead and get both of these print jobs accepted. Probably should have just done it with the shift key, but there it is. Just want to make sure we can print enough. It looks like we can. With there being double the number of copies per box now, it's actually a lot cheaper for distribution, right? We're hitting a lot less couriers than before. We have the same amount of printing capacity, but now it's 28 target instead of like 50. Oh boy, hang on. All right. So it says that I've taken over lead design duties for Char Engine 3, which isn't quite what I wanted, but Winter Cameron retired. She was with us for 19 years, and she was the other inspiring one. She has 77%. So Charlie taking over that isn't going to decrease its quality pretty much by anything because, you know, he's only 2 points behind him, behind her. But it does mean that the engine team might need a new lead designer added to them. So what I want to do here, I haven't actually looked at anybody yet, but I want to add somebody else to this. Let me see about how do I want to do this. Let's say the review, go to something that's a little bit more recent. Maybe we'll go to the release date instead. So March 2000, we had some decent products here. I was looking for something that was really good though. Maybe Zoho's. It's Office software though, not likely. Does anyone have a decent game engine? Yeah, what about this? What about these guys? So if I wanted to grab this, if I go to lead designer, yeah. So right here, Serif Europe has a 91% inspiring. That's not bad. If I wanted to try poach this guy, he's probably not going to be compatible with the existing engine team, right? That's usually the problem. But if I want to try to poach him, let's see. So he's generous and dramatic. That's not bad. He wants extra upfront cost. Isn't that bad? Fixed rate, non-binding, luxury car, IP ownership. So that part there is the deal breaker for me. I don't like that. I'm not going to get this guy because I don't like that. Now, what I might do is find somebody else who's done, you know, game engine stuff. So if we find game engines, let's see, this is a 1991. That's the one we just did. It's going to be, maybe that doesn't matter. Like finding the lead designer for a specific piece of software, right? This person has full experience on game engine though. So I can only try to poach this person in 2 months. What I'm thinking is I just poach somebody and put them on my engine team. These guys, I haven't really done any stock with these guys. What's going on with theirs? It's been a pretty steady decline for a while. I don't own any of their stock. Atlassian. It's mostly just Office software stuff, right? And they're decent, but they haven't been very good lately. Their latest ones are kind of crap, actually. So that's probably why their stock is going down. So I might need to up my legal team. I might need more lawyers because they're starting to get patents a little bit faster now. So system research just finished. We're going to go ahead and send that over. But all three of these patents, system, 3D, and network, they all need to be done in Q3. Not like systems, not Q4. These are the last patents I need to do. I'm just going to go ahead really quick in my system and get these research teams off of Crunch. And so, I mean, I have 100 lawyers, right? My army of 100 lawyers may not be sufficient to get them all in time. We'll see. These two are nearly done. And I think maybe if I rush one, I can, you know, just get like them to focus entirely on the one to get one of them done. It might work better than trying to do 3 at once. But I mean, it's May. It's going to be June pretty soon. that's kind of how time works. And we're going to be entering into Q3. So I only have like basically 4 months from now to get all of these done. And I don't think we're progressing quite as quickly as I'd like in order to do that. So my army of lawyers, we're going to need to maybe do something with that. And I'm thinking probably what we could do is get this office to be more lawyers. It might just be the way it has to be, right? So this little area here, I'm kind of saving it, figuring out what I need it for. And it does make sense to get the suits. This is 5A, 5B, irrespectively there. We could do 5C then for our suits over here. So if I was going to do that, I would just say maybe I'd copy these desks right here, I guess. And I would say duplicate this whole thing, bring this over here, and we would get like a 5C office going. So if I go like 1, 2, leave a space, 3, 4, leave a space, 5, 6. I think that's probably all right. It's kind of right up against the window there, but it does work. And that gets me how many lawyers in this room? 24. So that's pretty much on theme with what I've already got. And we could just copy this, maybe bring it. Oops, wrong buttons. Oh, I'm playing different games at the same time again. If you're curious on what we're having in the future here, we're going to start playing Corsair Cove, which I know is not new. I can't really get to new games right now. I'm kind of just like, I got a little bit of a recent backlog, right? Is kind of what I'm going to call it. I'm going to say it's a recent backlog, which is to say it's a backlog full of games that came out recently. But I've got that going, and we're going to also be playing Space Haven here. I put out a poll on YouTube. You can find that in the posts tab of the channel. I put out a poll just to see what you guys think, and usually what I do is I make an effort to play the winner of that poll. Well, it's kind of a tie. Corsair Cove and Space Haven both basically tied. So we're gonna do that. I think instead what I'll do here for this, let's get this to be like a microgrid kind of thing here instead, and then make sure that these two are where they need to be on this grid here. So let's go about like this. It makes it easier to place these things instead of having to hit alls all the time. There we go. Oh, already occupied. What? That doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Well, actually it does, because this needs to be on grid. There it goes. There it goes. All right, like that. And then we'll just do this. So that takes care of my law office, provided I do. Now it's saying it's overcrowded. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Let's get rid of this one, because it's kind of really close to that window anyway, and I didn't like it. Still, no, just the air quality and trash can thing now. So we're up, yeah, so we have the maximum number of computers in here is just 25. So we'll have 24 more lawyers in here, basically. And I'm hoping that that's going to make it a lot easier for me to get things in the future. Let's put a clock right here. Already got the bookshelf in there. We don't have the founder. He is mysteriously missing from this room, isn't he? We'll make sure that he's at least in the room. Probably get some other artwork and stuff going here too. Trash bins, all these types of things. But I mean, I think we're basically done building. I don't plan to have any more floors. I realize that, organizing offices and building desks into offices and such, I guess for some of you would probably count as building. But I think we're kind of done with it when it comes to building other structures, because I don't have a whole lot of incentive at this point to make any more, is where I'm getting at with that. There's like that, and we'll just add like an extra, I don't know, this little puppy here. For now, that's going to be good. And then what we'll do is, of course, get our teams going here. So we want to hire employees that are compatible with, let's say, the other suits team. We'll say suits A, since you're right next to it. Sure. And then we are looking for lawyers. That's it. That's what we do. It's all about lawyers. Compatibility here. Yeah, just like this is good. Maybe capacitor is good here. 5A is what we're looking for. But we then immediately change this to a new team called Suits 5C. There we go. And now all of you will be on Suits 5C. I don't want the claustrophobic ones, although there is a lot of windows here, so maybe they'll be okay with it. You know what? Let's just see. Let's see if you're okay with it. We'll hire you. All these guys are great compatibility, right? So, yeah, we'll just hire all of them, I guess. Okay, that's suits 5C. They'll be in this room right here. Suits 5C. And we'll just make sure that the color and everything is all sorted. There's 5C. It's gonna go about like that. It's fine. So we have a day and a night team for every other team, and we'll do the same thing here with 5C. I just need to make sure that all of their vacation times, work times, etc., getting all that stuff sorted out. So, ooh, more hosting contracts. Love that. Love that, especially since we have a lot of capacity on our servers. Vapor's still about 40%. And that's after the upgrade, but we're still at 40%. And things are going to get more intensive pretty soon here too, like cloud hosting and server backups and stuff. Like all that stuff is going to take more space. So it's like this is going to be needed. It's just, I'm kind of doing it in waves. If I hire somebody, the 2 big hosting contracts, if I'm like, okay, might need extra bandwidth, let's upgrade the servers, etc. So we'll do that, and then those guys are going to work. We had this right here. These guys are going to work. Same thing, 8 to 4, just like the other lawyers do. It's 8 to 4. And then your vacation times start in December and go 3 months through February, just like these guys do. And then you will come in crunch already. And we're going to assign you to the new stuff. So assign you to, where is it? 5C. Assign you here and assign you here. Welcome to the patenting crew. So they'll come to work tomorrow, of course, not tonight. I could maybe get a night team started already too. That's actually probably a good thing. I can do that right now. So we'll say 5AN, and we'll make sure that they have Night Owl as their trait, and we'll try again. Cool. And then we'll come over and make a new team. Call this suits 5CN. There we are. And pretty much all of them, right? We just hire all the lawyers. You're all hired there. And then right up here in that top office that I just made, you will be suits 5CN. Yeah, let's get all your details sorted too. You're going to be pitch black like that. And then we go 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. for your hours. Same thing with the vacation times, December through February. There we are. And then you start on crunch as well. Now, of course, they all need leaders and stuff as well. So I'll take care of that, plus designing the office and expanding the team at midnight. We'll go ahead and hire the best lawyers we can. They all have to be 3 stars. All right, we got that going. So these guys will start tomorrow morning, and we'll have another set of lawyers that can hopefully help us get this system patent in time. So go ahead and submit that. System patent's all that's left. Mystic Forge needs some marketing. Didn't even announce a release date for it yet. So we're going to actually say, August of this year. So it's going to be 3 months from now. That's fine with me. So we'll go ahead and do that. It's 99% done with the code. So we should see that finish. Yeah, like right now. Yeah. And then we'll go ahead and promote that into beta. It should be good to go. I want to get from the marketing team, if I could, please. Hold on. Mystic Forge, can we get a full press release for this? I wonder if we can get that done in time. It's like their only marketing task right now. We're not marketing anything else. It's just these 3 things. Okay, granted, project management has the marketing things too, so there's that. But I think I want to have this as fast as I can here. So we only have 207 followers, and I think we could do better than that. Let's go ahead and promote that into beta. That is just an expansion pack for Sharpened Sword. It's not a full game or anything. Let's see who else we have going on here. Fearless Games. So we can buy them. I have been buying more companies. That's why my money is kind of down. And 2 months in a row, I bought a lot of companies. Foundry is my worst investment, right? We're just going to keep buying it. They're going to rebound. I tell you, they're going to come right back up. I swear. It's going to happen. It can only fall so far, right? So many typical noob investor coping mechanisms going on here. There's that. And then we'll take, what's this last one here? Milestone. Okay, we'll just buy them out. So I'm basically just buying the world. I don't really care if they're doing well or not. Core heuristic. Okay, anti-cheat's got some new things. Not that interesting to me. First future. This thing is coming along pretty well, actually. I like that. Also, I think I have got a team that doesn't have a task. Is it games 2? Scroll up to the top. So suits 5C. You guys have no task? That doesn't make any sense. I just assigned you to the patent. Oh, N. Right. I didn't assign N. N. There it goes. Okay. All right. So we have Meadows Rift here is done as well. I mean, it's 100%. It's not like highlighting promote, but it's basically ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and promote that. Now we'll have that game ready later. Now, I don't know about how the art team, games art, right? I don't know how that's going to do things when it comes to the beta stuff. Because there's really not any bugs in art. Like, art doesn't have bugs as far as I understand how the game works. So what we could do maybe is have them start on, normally I would have them start on a different project that we have in development, right? But our dedicated design teams, you know, what are they doing now? Our design team, G Design. Where's that? G Design. It's probably easier to look at a different list, but it's down here. There's still one task on them. So what are they working on? What is G Design working on here? Design. Your one task is... it's not showing up in the list. What is your one task? You're probably working on something. Maybe YOLO? No, you shouldn't be doing that. That's in alpha. Your design team should be designing... You know, it's probably Betrayal. No. What are you designing right now? Oh, right. Project management. Yeah. So they are doing FPS games, right? That's what they're assigned to. So, like, I could get this other team to do other things. I need them to focus on other things in the meantime, right? And like, maybe we could have them come down and work on Betrayal. There's only one team assigned to this, so we could have them work on Betrayal. Now it's in this 4th iteration. I think it's good enough. Why don't we go ahead and hit develop here, and then we can now assign. I don't think I want RTS 1A. They already have enough tasks, so we'll take them off of it, and we'll give this to our dev teams, so they have something to work on in the meantime. Yeah, there's the Mystic Forge marketing. Didn't really get us much, did it? Let's go ahead and put out a press build. Maybe that'll get us something for Sailing Stars. And then let's take this. I want to see updates and ports here. So we're still pretty effective. Can we add Sailing Stars? No, this is already project managed, so we don't need that. Is there anything else I want to add to updates and ports? I guess I would like to add char to it, like the update, the network distribution, but I don't think I can. If I go to here, I can't add that. It's not in the list, and I can't, like, there's no tabs or anything, so I think it's going to let me do that. We could add World of Wizards to it. Maybe that's the next game we should be designing, right? I know it's FPS team, but I would have to have another floor, and I could get another floor for that method, but I'm not going to do that. I think we're past that at this point. So Games 2 has no task. So Games 2 could make the next World of Wizards. I think that was what my plan originally was anyway, is to get a sequel made here. So why don't we just go ahead and do that? We're going to say World of Wizards. Yeah, there you go. Now the leader for this project doesn't have to be the leader of the team that's working it, but I would also like them to be very capable. I'm thinking maybe Layla Hale can handle more. She's a pretty good person, but remember, oh, actually, no, she's part of the patcher. She's the updates person. Never mind. We could maybe have Sports 4A do it. Lydia Lewis could take this project too. I think she's very capable of it. As far as managing a project goes, we would want to have this be at, like, say, 320%. I'm fine with that. Put this on main SCM. All right, got everything pretty much sorted out there. There's the setup. Everything's cool about this. This will be WoW. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And then we want to go over to our releases. There we are. And we want to make a sequel for World of Wizards is what it's called. So make sequel. Now, for this, we choose our existing framework, which I probably need to update. That is an adventure game. I think I just did that, though. Our adventure is up to 1999 tech levels. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I'd love to use the 2000, but that's not too bad. Yeah, we do have the ability to use 2000 if we push that. I think it's not going to take very long to get that done. So the last update was October. We can push an update for this to 2000 on all accounts. I think all tools. Yeah. And why don't we give the night teams something to do here too? I know, I kind of want to put an all hands on deck on this. I know I probably should stop doing that, but I want to. Let's just put this like this. It's 12:50 in the afternoon. Maybe we can get them to hit that and do it correctly here. There we go. Push, push, push. It's going to look like it's going to take a little bit longer than one day, but I do have the night teams on it too. Right? Yeah, I have some night teams on it too. Let's put updates on this as well. Get everybody to do this as fast as we can. And then we can get the next World of Wizards popped into project management as well. I'm probably like 2 years late on starting this. I could have done it before, but whatever. Looks like we had Lucian Solus has been in an accident and has resigned. Oh, did he die? He's hospitalized. You don't have to resign. But I did pay out $70,000 for health insurance, right? He's a lawyer. Now, my law teams, right? We only had a few people on them, right? Like 7 people on them. So if I take a look now at my suits team, 5C and 5CN, you can see that they have 15 and 14. I did not hire these people. This is with project management. I've told the leaders to hire. So I don't have to replace them when that happens. That'll happen automatically. Just want to make sure, if you're not familiar with the game, then, you know, I want to make sure that you're seeing that. Am I the best employer? You know it. By a significant margin, in fact. Slows hunger and bladder in the room. That's nice. And then best product. It's going to be our audio tool again, isn't it? Oh. This is my second place, though. Image Shop 5. Okay. Got a couple of awards to popped into offices and such, I guess. That's good. All right. A whole bunch of stuff just happened. So my team went ahead and released the new Pixel Forge. So Pixel Forge 3 was just released. You can see how that goes. That was released last month at 11:57 p.m. And then we have some more shares to do. I'll take care of that. And then, is that it? Oh, just the shares. Okay. Mystic Forge has been sent to the press. Right. So I want to see if Mystic Forge, 263 followers isn't great, but, you know, it is what it is. Char's update is done. Now it's up to the latest tech as well. And we're ready to get started on, wow, World of Wizards, of course, not whatever other game happens to coincidentally align with WOW, as, you know, you get it. I think you get it. Let's take this adventure version 5. Now we have 2,000 tech levels on everything. Yeah, in July. The most up-to-date possible there. Yeah. Okay, so with World of Wizards 2, we want to target what? We got our game engine, which is going to need upgraded. So we'll go ahead and do that too. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. Now that should be happening with project management already. And I'm kind of feeling like maybe it's not happening because it's out of date. It's too old. Is it over 60 months old? Maybe we should do 90 months on this. Boy, I really nailed the timing on CharOS, huh? Releasing it August 2001. I think that's probably perfect timing. It's 98% done here, and it's July 2000. Now, I could put in another review just to kind of see where we are. It's not expensive or anything, so we can do that since it's 98% here. But and once this gets to be 100, of course, we're in beta, and it's like nearly an entire year of beta. I like that. I think it's going to be all right. We're taking a look at the True Sight upgrade. That should be done momentarily here. We're going to get started on this game. There we go. It's finished. I'm just going to go ahead and hit finish. Now it's fine. All right, code's 100% on CharOS. And there's our review. And I am satisfied with that. We're going to promote that to beta now. There it is. And now we can start getting some of them bugs fixed. So yeah, basically a year of beta here. That's great. I think it's great. We have Camden Walsh retiring. He was on RTS 1A, and I'm not sure that this team is going to have them auto-replace. I don't know if this leader does that. It's RTS 1A. Let's just take a look at that really quick. And just look at the HR management tab, and that would tell me, and it is not a good enough leader for HR to hire new people. So I'll need to go in and replace either the leader, which is probably what I should do, or replace the person. I can do that too, I guess. Char Engine 2, come on now. Come on. There it is. Okay. So I should... Oh, still Pearl. Damn. All right, hang on. We need this Pearl update done. And it's nighttime now, so I want my night teams to help out with this. Mystic Forge can be released today. So he only has 386 followers, but it is scheduled for release this month, and therefore we will do it. It's a magnificent piece of work. Once again, very stable product too. All these things are good. We don't need a whole lot of marketing for a DLC, so let's just give it like a $10,000 budget. It's fine. And then we'll print, I don't know, 40,000 copies, let's say. That's good. All right, that's fine. We'll get that going. The game is also telling me, hey, you make sure you give these guys a project. I'm working on it, all right? I'm working on it. Lots of companies selling stock. My goodness. You know what? Let's just buy the world. I really wish I could have like a more seamless way to do this. Like, there's just... This game could really use a UI overhaul when it comes to the stock market system. I hope they consider it. Just the idea of saying, buy all if I want to. You know, or better yet, I think, because that's a pretty niche thing, probably. So from here, I would love to have a buy button instead of just a sell button. And if I could see, you know, that they have more stock available, it would show this. And there's room for this. It just doesn't show you, you know, so you have to go into the details of every single one individually. Like, meh. All right, so when we analyze World of Wizards, we see that we are way over on gameplay and graphics kind of already, but I went ahead and added a few more features that would help with story, just to get us up to this line where we're here. You have a 76% waste, but it's still going to take about 3 years of development here. We had a couple of extra things like basic 2D and semi-open world. These things, there's a bonus to them anyway. Like the research and stuff has allowed us to get these for fairly cheap. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop them in. Post-processing, for example, is 29.6. If I hit this, it doesn't change it at all. So I might as well just add it, is what I'm thinking. So we're just going to go ahead and put those in. We can put a store in here, I guess, but like, I guess why? Achievements maybe, cool, fine. But we're left with like a severe deficit here. So let's make sure that we're getting this done. So this one was going to be for Games 2, I believe. We were pushing Games 2 to have their own project here. And where in the world did Games 2 go? This is N. Where's Games 2? Right there. So they don't have any projects. So we do that, and then we can also have over here, yep, you two. Okay, I just cannot clear my throat for some reason. So the lead designer, St. Ruiz, is a 72 to 82, so most likely inspiring, right? Very, very high probability that he's an inspiring leader here. I mean, I guess it could isolate it to 74 or something and screw it up, but it could happen, but probably over 75 statistically there. There are way too many designers on this project. And not enough, or too many programmers too. I think for the design team, what we could maybe do is just have Games 1 do it, or just have Games 2 do it. Oh, is he not? Oh, do we want just the night team to do it maybe? Maybe that's how that works. Because I don't want to have too many designers. And I want him in here. Oh, interesting. Maybe... I think this is where having that dedicated design team, right? We go G design. And it's like not an inappropriate amount of people here. So G Design 1 could be doing this as well as the other game, be designing both games. Could do that. And then we turn it over to Games 2 for the development of it. Because there's a pretty good... I mean, there's a decent chance that he's a good inspiring person too. But I did want you to be the lead designer. So I feel like I just have too many cooks in the kitchen on this. And I could move St. Ruiz into the G Design team instead. That might be a way to play it. You know, because like only one team's going to be doing anything. So with project management, it's like a set it and forget it thing. So I kind of wanted this to happen. But like having this many designers just doesn't make any sense. So I think what I'm going to do is this. We're going to say that G Design will run this. And then we could have... Yeah, Games 2 and 2N. I might probably have to just dissolve these teams into dedicated other teams, but we can do this. And then I'm going to take, where is it? Games 2N, right? See, the problem is he's a night owl. Where is he? St. Ruiz. So he's a night owl. And so like I can't put him on the G design team because he's not really compatible with them as far as I know. Let me see what that night owl is. It works better at night, doesn't like early mornings. So he's just going to be upset if I put him on that team. So what we could do instead, here's another idea. This is an interesting idea. I could have you change teams and make a new team around you. Design 1N, right? We do the same thing. And so now we have a dedicated Design 1N team around him. And then what I could do is I take Games 2N here and I pick the best designers in here and I bring them into that dedicated team. So you guys have really good skills. See if I can make this window just a little bit bigger for me here. There we go. So you have some pretty good skills. So we can get somebody like that he's been working with already, right? So I think Kyler Carson can come with us. Let's get Jameson because he's got that good architecture stuff, system stuff. I think you three can go and work in the new Design 1N team. Okay, and I don't want to get too many people in here because then it gets, you know, kind of overloaded, but I do need some 3D people and audio people. You can go and work in that team as well. Where is it? Design 1N. So there's 5 people in this now. I think 12 seems like a good number. It's not too overloaded in that case. This is an artist person too. I don't want to have any people who have multiple skills that are really good. I don't really want to do that. Like this person is probably good to just bring in as a designer because whoever's on this team is going to be doing only design. So the rest of their skills is just a waste. Nope, that's the wrong team. Crap. So somebody on Games Design 1 is now a night owl. You need to move to the Design 1N team there. So we'll keep doing that. And then I think maybe I can even get the leader of, well, it depends on how good they are, right? But if I can get the leader of that night team to come over here too, that'd be good. But it just depends on their automation skill because I want them kind of doing things. So I'll configure this. But I think this is a better call on this because now I can have Design 1N do this instead. And we left with like no red numbers, right? And then I guess this is the part where I start, disbanding these things. I think I start taking Games 2N and 1 and in Games 2, I start taking these guys and bringing them into their own dedicated development teams and stuff and just like breaking these teams down so that they're not, mixture anymore. Okay, so I broke down all of Games 2N. And I put them into separate development and design teams now. All that's left are the people who are prominently just artists. Not really sure exactly what to do with them. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick them in a core N in the core N team here. I think there's enough, 26 total after I do that. Is there enough room for them? I'm not sure. What about, do we have like Games 1N, right? How many did they have? Can I even see that? Hold on. Games 1N has 21. All right, here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to pick Nathaniel. And you're going to go into, I can type here, Games 1N. And then you two are going to go to the core N. There we go. So now Games 2N doesn't exist. Or it does, but as a team, it's going to be disbanded now. Now it doesn't exist. I'll keep transitioning people into separate teams, but now we have a dev team here as well. There's only 9 in there, so I do need to move more people, but this is a night team. So now we can go into Games 1N, who doesn't really have a whole lot for dedicated projects, but now we can get these programmers, right? There's a lot of good programmers in here. There's a great designer there too I can move over, right? So we can do things like that. So I'm going to look for this opportunity here, maybe between videos, to kind of just move people over into these dedicated teams that are spent for skill-based teams instead of project-based teams. My only concern with that is that you end up with getting like a bunch of people who have multiple projects. Because if you do project-specific teams like I do them, then most of the time that team has one task and they end up being very good at that task. But in this case, since there's way too many cooks in the kitchen, right, I want to kind of limit that a little bit more. So I'm going to put you on the dev one as well there. So there's what, 19 people in there now. And then for the leader in this one, we already had, where'd he go? Oh, I mean, he's already classified as a leader. Wait a minute. This isn't the wrong team, right? This is games 1N. Where is design N? Dev N. Yeah, right here. So we already had Remington. Remington was the leader of the other team, and he's a great programmer. So now he's in the dev N team, but he doesn't have quite enough stars here. I need one more star, and then I can get him an automation. I would love for him to not have the socialization stuff. This to me is the least valuable skill for the leader. I would like these. That's kind of what I've been prioritizing. But with this last point, I think I want him in automation. And then once his skill level just goes up, then we can start getting him to be like project leads and stuff. But for now, Remington Hughes is just here, and he's managing this team instead. So there's that. And then in game dev 1N, what I want to do is have this be like, say, 110,000 is probably fine on that. I want to have no secondary roles on this team. So we'll just make sure that education is up, 2 people at a time at most. And I want you all focusing automation, and then focus on everything except hardware is okay with me. You can't do any hiring, and you never will, because you only have 1 point available. And I want you to do, the other thing, but that's okay. So now we should see G1 dev 1N. We should see all of these hourglasses or magnifying glasses just go away, and it should all just be a dedicated dev team now, right? And so now we'll go over and select that to be the development team on this one. Dev, we'll do art, yes, and then it's going to be design dev 1N. And looks like that's the appropriate number of people, right? We're just missing a level 3 audio artist, which is interesting because this is G art. So apparently my art team doesn't have a level 3 audio artist in it. We can fix that. I can, because I can go over to core, because core's got to have one. Level 3, yeah. So there's 2 of them in this team. So if I just figure out which one of you has the level 3 audio, then you go over there. So we can see audio right there. It's going to be you. You're pretty good. Great programmer. Oh, wait, it's art, right? Audio artist is what I need. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we actually need you. Yeah, it's you. So you are going to go over to art 1. Now, when we reselect the teams, it should go away, and we're good to go. There are too many artists in the team, but like whatever. This is the part that's really slowing it down. And now it says 4 years for development on this instead of 3. I can always punch in and have more programmers help out later, but I think this is probably fine for this. So this is going to be what we go with for World of Wizards 2. Yeah, I like it. Project management. Wow. Go. And now I don't have to deal with that anymore. And I can go through the different teams and make sure that their schedules and all that stuff is done too. So I'll take care of that as well. But now we have WoW added to project management as well, and we can just set it and forget it and let them do their thing, yeah? What? Hang on. October 2000, Serif. You remember them, right? We've talked about them before. They just went bankrupt. And because of my shares, I received 6 stocks. So I've got stocks of other companies now. 2 patents, which are probably useless to me. And 64 products. 39 frameworks and 44 add-ons. Holy shit. I own all of these now, I guess. The latest product they released was released May of 2000. Wow, they did get something out. Photo 6. There's actually some users to that too, and I'm just kind of like thinking, do I need to support these things? Do I need to, like I don't think I need to support any. I think I'm gonna say anything that's built in the 90s, I'm not supporting, right? Can I see support jobs? Really? Yeah, support jobs around here. So like, I'm really not supporting much here other than things in project management. But I probably should support Photo 6. I don't know. There's existing users here on these things. Because I don't know if it'll hurt my reputation is the thing. Like, because they're mine now. So what do I do with them? I don't know. I mean, this isn't even a good product. That's very interesting. I now own an antivirus from 1993 called WebRoot Total Threat Protection 7. That's a mouthful. Okay. Well, I think maybe I don't offer support on anything. I don't want to support these products. They're all bad. I mean, they're not all bad. Some of them had chance, right? Like this was a really good product. And then this was a slightly less good, but like WPS Office, I own IP for every type of product now, right? Like these are my releases now. They're considered all mine. And there's a lot of active users in each of these too. I'm not sure about sales and things, trying to keep up on those. How do you guys handle that? Look at all these frameworks that I have to pick through now. Like that's nuts. And I can't delete them either. There's no way to delete them. Maybe there is. Open frameworks. I don't know. It's 1976. Can I delete this? I don't think so. There's no right click option. There's no delete option. There's just nothing. And then they have a lot of content packs and stuff. So basically we just absorbed everything Serif ever did. Because I owned it. Right? And that's why I'm saying like I'm constantly buying the world. And so when they all go out of business, I just get their products. They're just mine now. Okay. So how do we want to play that? Let's see. I mean, I still own all of these. I got all their stocks and stuff too. I received the shares in the companies that they own. Right? So I am now up 361% on Nintendo. Serif had a bunch of Nintendo stock, I guess. And I can just make Nintendo a subsidiary of me right now. Is that a good thing to do? I mean, it doesn't look like it's a great thing to do. Unless I gave them something to do, right? Maybe I give them a project. I don't know. You just take over for 20 million more. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I didn't expect them to go out of business, but that's also, if I go to my digital distribution, there's only 4 of us now, right? Because Serif isn't there anymore. And so now I own 31% of the market. And I just got to figure out how to beat out Fearless Games, Mint Rocket, and Valve. Well, you beat them out by just owning them is basically what I've done. So if we go into stocks, let's see. So Valve is right here. I own most of Valve. All right, so Valve's success is my success more than it's their success. You go Fearless Games. All right, so Fearless Games right here. Yep. I own 44.8% of Fearless Games. So I can't quite take them over yet, but I own them too. And they're my closest competitor here with Mint Rocket, I guess. Mint Rocket is my... No. Yeah, Valve is up there. Mint Rocket's my closest competitor here. And Mint Rocket, I own 51.5%. So I own most of Mint Rocket. So effectively, I mean, I own... Yeah, like pretty much digital distribution is me. Nobody competes with me on digital distribution, really. And if I just make these two a subsidiary of me, which I can do anytime I want, you know, I just have to work up to Fearless Games. But that's it. Like, I feel like I kind of conquered the world at this point, right? What do you guys think? Is it worth playing? Let's ask that question, right? Let's ask that question in the comments. Is it worth continuing with it, right? Because I got other projects I'm looking at, right? I got Corsair Cove and Space Haven, like I said. I'd like to get started on those too. So I'm probably going to start doing that. But that doesn't mean I can't release videos on this. It just means that, you know, maybe it'll be like one a week. I don't know, or a couple weeks. I have to get the kids back in school. That's the reason why releases and videos are slower now. I got to get the kids back in school, and then I can have a work-life balance that teeters more towards work. That's just how that goes. We're reiterating here on First Future. It's an adventure game, right? We're getting an iteration on that because it can be better than this. I did a review here. It's 8.2, so we're going to iterate on that. And so I think First Future can then work its way up there. I'm not sure when I want to market that yet, but yeah. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like, you know, we're getting to the point now where I'm not entirely sure how I can make tomorrow more interesting than yesterday, right? That's where I want to be when I'm creating things and when I'm playing games with you guys is I want to make, how do I make tomorrow more interesting than yesterday? So where are we going from there? I would love to hear your feedback down below. Okay. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.